Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emma and I make art videos, and today I'm working on this acrylic on wood panel painting. So at the moment I am just fixing up the drawing that I transferred onto the wood panel, and then before I start painting I do spray the drawing with some fixative just so that the lead pencil doesn't mix in with the paint. And for this painting, the concept is a little bit weird, a little bit creepy. I actually thought of this idea a few months ago now, and I'm only just getting to painting it now, which is something that I tend to do. Like a lot of the time I will kind of brainstorm and think of quite a few ideas, and then later on I will actually work on them and make them. And for this one, I was very inspired by the kind of pop surrealist movement. My previous painting was kind of similar to this, the one with the gold glitter liquid on it. And yeah, for this one, you know, it's a bit weird, it's a little bit creepy, and it's quite pop surrealist, I think. You know, it's definitely not like super crazy like some pop surrealist work, but I definitely think it has that pop surrealist feel to it. So yeah, I'm really excited to kind of explore more pop surrealism type work and maybe make some things that are a bit weirder than this. And yeah, so for this piece I struggled a bit with the skin colour with the background, because I knew I wanted the background to be the wood panel, and I did want her to be quite pale, but I kind of didn't think about that before I started painting, and then as I went along I found that the skin colour was quite similar to the background, but I didn't want to change the skin colour. So later on I do kind of fix that by kind of making the outlines a bit thicker. It kind of breaks up the space, I guess, you know, it kind of brings her more forwards. Anyway, and also I do give her a bunch of tattoos as well on her body, and that kind of gives more space between like the body and the background. So it does end up being much better, I think, but I don't know, I do like how this painting turns out, but part of me is like, oh, maybe I could have done it slightly differently. But because I do have, you know, kind of like a deadline to make videos and finish paintings by a certain time, sometimes I can't, you know, sit around thinking about it too much. I kind of just have to, you know, do the painting, get it done, that's it. And that's not to say that I can't, you know, work on this painting in the future. And I mean, I probably won't, but, you know, I always can. Just because I've made the video doesn't mean that I can't continue working on it later if I really feel the need to. But yeah, no, it's actually really good having, you know, that kind of deadline for videos, because it really does, you know, get me working on a piece. And I feel like I definitely work better under like pressure. I feel like I've always been like that, and yeah, so I did end up adding some glitter to this painting. I originally wasn't going to, but then I was like, oh, it'd look really cool if like the daisies had silver glitter on them, and I'm really happy with how they look. It's quite subtle in this piece, but I think it works really well, and glitter just looks really awesome like in real life when you're looking at a painting. So yeah, and I kind of feel like I should add glitter to most of my paintings. I feel like it's something that I should do, and it worked very well with this piece. So here I'm actually drawing on the tattoos, and I did film more of that, but because of the lighting, like you couldn't even see where I was drawing, so I just decided to cut that footage out, because it was basically like you couldn't really see anything. But you can see now on the right I have drawn in more like on her chest, but I just did that off camera because like it wasn't showing up, so there was no point. And then yeah, I just tried to do some kind of like line work tattoos on her body, and I don't know, I tried to think of some cool things that I could put on her, and I think I did a pretty good job. Not to say that I did actually talk about this in one of my previous videos, if I would ever be a tattoo artist, and it's something that I would consider. It's not something that I really want to be, but you know, if for some reason I had the opportunity to try tattooing, I'd give it a go. But for these ones, I actually I googled tattoo designs to kind of just get a rough idea of like, you know, how, you know, certain things are tattooed, and I did want kind of more the kind of just line work tattoos with maybe a little bit of shading, but I think I did a pretty good job, and I kind of gave her a theme of kind of like flowers and nature, but then I also put in a couple of other details, and I do fix the bird that's on her face. I wasn't really that happy with it, but you'll see I fix it up kind of soon. But yeah, and I was stuck on what to put on that part of her where the eye is going, and then I was like, an eye would be perfect because her eyes are covered, but then you have the eye on her chest, it's just above her chest. Yeah, and you'll see I put in a little Studio Ghibli character, well, two actually, the little Totoro thing and the Kodama. I thought that'd be like a cool little addition. But then yeah, I've got, you know, flowers, butterflies, spiderweb, skull, bird, that kind of thing. And so here I'm actually covering up the bird and then doing more of an outline kind of tattoo because I didn't like it filled in, and I think it looks much better this way. It's a bit more subtle, and I did decide to add some highlights to the hair, and I'm so glad I did. Like, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if it'll look good, but as soon as I did it, I was like, this looks so much better, and I think it just like adds a bit more to it, a bit more depth. And then I just thickened up some of the lines, and that's pretty much it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel either, that way you won't miss any of my videos. Anyway, that is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. They've asked, what brand of paint do you use? And I don't really stick to one particular brand or anything. The one brand that I have the most of is by Atelier.